So, hi everybody. I'm Paulo Martinez. Not many of you guys know me, but I'm in your class. So today we're gonna be talking about polycystic kidney disease, how it's passed on to generations. What is polycystic kidney disease? How can it be treated, and such things. So let's begin. So first of all, what is polycystic kidney disease? Polycystic kidney disease is a disease that, like said in the name, it really affects your kidney. Um, as we can see right here, cysts grow in your kidney. They are filled with fluids, and the kidney tends to grow up to 3 times the size. This is a normal kidney, and this is a infected kidney. So, at first these are non-cancerous, but in the future, it can cause kidney failure and renal failure and such things. The genetic principles. This disease is an autosomal dominant disease, meaning that a parent has to pass it on to their kids if it's in his or her genes. Um, let's say a dad has this gene, and then a mom gets together with this guy. When they have kids, the dad is gonna pass it to his kids and such on. It's like I said, genetic inheritance. This disease is caused by a mutation in PKD1, PKD2. These are proteins in the kidney which tell the kidney like the functions and like the like it gives it the ways, the chemical ways, like the signs to tell what everything has to be done and to have a healthy kidney. So this mutation of PKD and PKD2 like disrupts it, meaning that cysts can like start to grow. So that mutation is what stops the process and just confuses it, you know? So the history of PKD. PKD, from my research, I found that a king in Poland in 1586, went on a hunting trip. He then got home and then he started experiencing fatigue, chest pain, and unconsciousness. Days after he was sick, 9 days later, he died. Nobody really knew because it wasn't really known. This disease wasn't really known. Um, but now the doctors over there back then opened the king up and it reported that there were teardrops in his kidney. So that's how the term that stuck on for a while until surgeon Jan Ziegler described his kidney to be very large and lumpy. Almost 350 years later, they were able to identify this disease that he died of as polycystic kidney disease, and he was, I think, the first case of this. Um, like I said, this is caused by genetic mutation, so the king must have had this already in his blood from his dad, his grandparents, or ancestors before that, and then he continued to pass it on to his kids and such. So let's go over to the background. This disease, like I said, is a mutation of PKD1 or PKD2, and you may be asking yourself, what is PKD1? What is PKD2? So PKD1 is an abbreviation for polycystin 1 and such as for polycystin 2. So polycystin 1 is a receptor protein and polycystin 2 is a transient receptor, meaning that these two work together in the kidney to tell the functions of everything that works in the kidney, what has to be done, what has to be in in place, to it's like a teacher in a way, teaching everything what has to be done and to have a healthy kidney. They take place in the cilia and maintain the different states of epithelial lining tubes in the kidney, so they keep everything in place and track. Phenotypic features of this disease would include high blood pressure, back or side pain, and a swollen abdomen. And the image right here that I'm pointing at is this little girl with a really swollen abdomen, looks like she's pregnant. This is because she is infected with this disease and it caused her kidneys to grow triple in size, which the abdomen is really big. Now you can take your MRI scans, CT scans, and ultrasounds to see these cysts. They're little circles. like really compared to teardrops when they're really little. And this is a scan of them. This is your kidneys, and these are all cysts. In terms of how it affects people, it can affect people in different ways. Some this can be deadly, and others can it can be a mild kidney case, like mild kidney disease. It's just the way that you are treating it with medications, how well you inform yourself and such. In terms of ages, newborns can be detected even in the womb, um, and as well as adults, they can be detected already as in older ages and such. But it affects anybody, honestly. Inheritance risks. So it is associated with low levels of genetic heterogeneity found in the allelic heterogeneity. Um, 90% of the time, people that have this disease mean that they have had it in their families. In the United States, it's like 500,000 people that have this. Out of all the population, it's like 500,000 people. It's kind of rare. Um, but it's because their family has passed it on to them. It's 90% of the time, just that 10% means like I guess there's like a mistake in your mutations of your genes that which caused it, but more 90% of the time it's because your family has had it before and you passed it on from that. Like I said, right now there's prenatal diagnosis where mothers can now ask for a sonogram trying to see their kidneys. But it's recommended for them to do it later on in pregnancy because the early stages you will not be able to see it. So yeah, and there is management for this disease, such as medications. Medications are recommended, like the tolvapan. It decreases the growing rate of cysts in the kidney, and it maintains them low, as well as your high blood pressure. High blood pressure is really bad for this disease because it feeds off of it. It feeds off of it, and it continues like to grow the cyst, and then which causes kidney failure. And then finally, if you do reach kidney failure, surgery is the last option. You could get a transplant or trying to remove the cyst, but it's most likely a transplant. So yeah, and this is the end of my presentation. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you.